Hey everyone, it's Linus. So I know I've been away for a while now. I always say that sometimes I don't feel inspired to record, and that's why I take a break from YouTube. But this time around was different. I've always wanted to take a break from social media in general, which means no Facebook, no Instagram, no Pinterest, Twitter, all that stuff that you log into on a regular basis. And I was talking to a friend about it, and they're like, why don't you just start now? I told them that a lot of the things I do on the side to make money are connected to social media, so I wouldn't be able to. And I thought about it, and it was just an excuse. If I wanted to take a break, I could, and I did. So for at least 3 months, I wasn't on Instagram, I wasn't uploading videos on YouTube, I wasn't on Facebook, Twitter, any of that stuff, and it felt really, really good. It kind of puts things back in perspective for me. If you follow me closely, you know that I work from home, but I was also looking for a job outside the home that would fit my personality and be in an environment that I liked. I found a position kind of like that, and I was able to just focus on work and not really be distracted by anything else. So it's been a really, really great break for me. But I am back, and I do have a few new things to talk about. This winter, I don't wear a hat, but putting on my coat and my scarf all the time and the sweaters I wear because my hair was cut pretty bluntly across a couple months ago. I noticed that my locks are even more prone to lint than they were in the past. I would get lint random places in my lock before I cut it, but after I cut it, the lint would be right at the tips, like wherever it was cut bluntly, it would be lint from my coat or whatever, just stuck in the very bottom. So I didn't know what to do about it. One of the things I did was I did take a baby brush. You can get these at Sally's. It's literally a brush with bristles soft enough to use on a baby's scalp. So I took one of those and I would brush my locks like every other day, and I was beginning to do it regularly, and I thought I was going to make it part of my permanent regimen. But then I was brushing my locks one day and the actual brush broke. And I'm glad that it did, because looking back on it, I don't think it's healthy for my hair in the long run to be brushing it so often. So I don't know if I'm going to get another lock brush, but that's one thing I did to loosen the lint and kind of combat it. Another thing I did, and a lot of people might look down on me for this, is I took a crochet hook, and the ends that were cut straight across that were blunt, I did one of two things. I would either pick out the lint using this, or I would comb out the lock like literally up to about here, and when I did that, I would just two-strand twist it again to make it less blunt. And I know that there's a technique you can do to make it fully blunt, to not have like little hairs coming out or being straight across, like to pretty much seal it. There's a technique where you can hold the crochet needle diagonally and keep pulling hairs from other sections until it becomes blunt. I did that to a few of my locks, but when I started combing out the bottom and twisting it again, what I was telling myself is that my locks were becoming closer to the way they used to look in the past, where I had the coily ends, and I would love to get that look back. So that's one of the reasons why I chose to kind of pick out the very bottom and twist it back up. Things have been going better since I stopped brushing my locks and I started to just seal my ends up again my own way. I don't have those pieces of lint that get stuck directly in the bottom anymore. One thing that I've been adding to my wash regimen is I do wash my hair with clarifying shampoo most of the time, which is Neutrogena residue free, and then I follow up with my favorite sulfate free shampoo, which is the Organics. I need to buy a new one of these, but this is my favorite formula of it because I love the smell and it makes my hair super soft. I've been doing that for years. The thing that I do differently now is that I use this. It's a product that I've had sitting around for a while that I said I might never use because it's $20 Canadian. So for what it is, I always felt like it was overpriced. It's called Natty ACV Hair and Scalp Mist, and it's mostly apple cider vinegar. So I could get a whole big bottle of raw organic apple cider vinegar for like $7, $9. Like, I don't have to pay any more than that. So for $20 to get this, I always thought it was overpriced. I always was kind of resentful that I would pay so much for it. So that's why I would just leave it lying around and always tell myself I would give it away. It's not just apple cider vinegar, to be honest. It does have some herbs in it, like hibiscus, lavender, stinging nettle, things like that. It's meant to be used as either a leave-in conditioner, a pre-poo, or what's the other thing? I think a treatment. A cleansing spray, clarifying spray, or leave-in moisturizer. Because my scalp is oilier in the crown area than in the rest of my hair, I would sometimes have like, it would be visibly oily when I would go to get my hair retwisted, or if I would go longer than a couple of weeks without washing it. So I would spray this on my hair before I would shower. I'd spray it on maybe 10 minutes before. I'd massage it in, and it would just make my scalp super clean, and I wouldn't have to worry about the oiliness. And this bottle is now half done because I use this now every single time I wash my hair, because it just makes my hair feel super clean. I don't get flakiness, I don't get oiliness, and I don't recommend that you go out and buy a product like this. You can use apple cider vinegar on your scalp before you wash your hair. But I'm just pointing that out because a lot of people, they live by the apple cider vinegar rinse, and you can still use it on a regular basis. You don't have to soak your hair in it. You can use it on the lengths of your locks to loosen up lint or build up. You can use it on the scalp of your head, and it's just versatile. You don't have to be locked into one way to use apple cider vinegar. I'm glad that I started using this. But as far as my regimen goes, that's pretty much it. I will be talking about the length of my hair pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And until then, I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.